Gu Qingge, Sienna and Yao Yao headed to the Peach Blossom Village. A scene unfolded. The village is surrounded by the majestic towering mountains, and at the center of the village stood a magnificent peach tree. It could be no less than a mountain. A group of 4 elders were talking under the peach tree while drinking tea and enjoying the day. Fifth brother went to the Sea King's palace to teach them a lesson on Sienna's behalf. But why has it taken so long for him to return? They were discussing. The first elder, agreeing with their statement, added, "Yeah, he hasn't returned yet. And that child, Sienna, shouldn't she know to come back once in a while to see us after leaving for so long?" The second elder asked, "Oh, are you worried about her?" But the first elder, avoiding the second elder's gaze and stroking his beard, said, "What do you mean I'm worried about her? Sienna has learned all of our legacies and skills. How can ordinary people outside this village harm her? Just keep being stubborn and not admitting that you are fond of her. I bet that when Sienna finally comes back here, you'll be the first to cry," the second elder teased. "That's right, you've always pampered her," the third elder said. The first elder replied to them that even in the year where I was close to death due to my injuries, I never dropped a single tear. Me crying when she comes back? I won't even drop a single tear. Master. Suddenly, a sweet voice called out to them. The third elder, without noticing, said, "Why did I suddenly hear Sienna's voice?" "I heard it too." The second elder also responded. The first elder didn't even hear anything and said, "And you two were making fun of me? You are even hallucinating her voice. First master, second master, third master, fourth master." Again, the same voice rang out. This time all of them noticed Sienna and said, "Oh my God! That child has really come home." 4 elders, tears in their eyes, cried out, "Sienna, hooray!" As the rest of them said, "First elder is the one to react first. Come, let first master take a good look at you. You have grown thinner since last I saw you. Were you beaten around whilst roaming around Jianghu?" The fourth master said, "Big brother, shouldn't you be hoping for good stuff to happen?" Second elder came on his wheelchair and said, "Whoa, Sienna, you've grown prettier and prettier." And Gu Qingge from the distance near the peach tree wondered, that girl didn't even leave the Peach Blossom Village for that long. Why am I not seeing those changes that they're talking about? Yao Yao, noticing something, pointed out to Gu Qingge, "Master, that tree." Gu Qingge nonchalantly replied, "With master around, there's nothing for you to be afraid of." Their talk attracted the attention of 4 elders, and questioned Sienna, "Why did you bring a guy back with you?" The second elder warned, "Sienna, why did you become so foolish? Have you forgotten all that master has taught you? Men who are handsome are the kind that live tricking innocent young girls like you." The third elder always innocently said, "That's right, you've both even had a child that's so big now." Gu Qingge heard their assumptions and saw the need to interrupt them. He then bowed and greeting the elders, "I am Sienna's older brother. We're simply siblings, and I hope that the elders won't think too deeply into our relationship." Cute little Yao Yao also bowed. Yao Yao greets the elders too. Sienna also shouted at them, "Hey masters! Stop speculating! He's Gu Qingge." All the elders with awkward smiles replied at the same time, "Oh, so he's your older brother, I see. Gu Qingge, he's got a pretty good name." Second elder, stroking his beard, said, "Look, that kid knows how to bow too. He really does have good manners." They laughed, "Ha ha ha, that's right, Gu Qingge, They realized something and paused for a while, and with shocked expressions in their faces, all of them shouted at once again, "What?" Their auras erupted violently. That was the fucking bastard that dug out Sienna's Dao bone when she was small. Even second elder was stood up at this moment from his wheelchair. "You bastard, how dare you come here with your head held high? Is it because you have the Changxinggu family backing you? Then you're absolutely mistaken." All of them infuriated, as if they wanted to cut Gu Qingge into 1,000 pieces. Sienna was shouting behind them, "Masters! You've misunderstood the things. Let me explain." But they didn't want to listen. First elder angrily said, "Sienna, you don't have to be scared. He won't be able to leave this place alive today." Second elder also roared, "That's right. Let your masters teach him a good lesson on your behalf." Gu Chang'e knew arguing with them would not be useful, so he responded with a calm demeanor, trying to fight and put the blame on me without hearing any explanations. Since the elders hold such animosity against me, then there's no need for me to waste any more time. His words further elevated their anger. Brat who doesn't know anything. How dare you say something like that when you are only a mere peak sacred realm? Sienna hurriedly came forward to hold them back. Masters, don't be rash. There's a reason for what happened that year. It's not what you think. And yelled at him, Chang'e, Gu Chang'e. Does it really kill you not to speak for a while? Did you forget the reason why you came here in the first place? After Gu Chang'e considered Sienna's advice and stood still, then Sienna explained the reason to the elders. The elders calmed down and said to Sienna, so he was born with the primordial demonic heart. I see. I can't believe that so much has happened between you two, and paused. The third elder, with concern, asked Sienna, are you sure that he is not making all of that up just to deceive you? Sienna stubbornly replied, Master, do you really think I am that stupid? He replied, you are right. If he was truly guilty, then he wouldn't have come here personally either. While they were discussing these things, Gu Chang'e and Yao Yao were looking at the peach blossom tree when suddenly a sweet voice called out to Gu Chang'e, what are you looking at? All of them with a question mark face wondered whose voice that was. Lord Tao Yao! Exclaimed the second elder. The third elder was more shocked. Lord Tao Yao has chosen to speak with that bastard. On the other hand, Gu Chang'e calmly answered, it's nothing, it's just that elder's aura. It feels similar to that of my disciple, Yao Yao, that's all. Then the peach blossom tree replied, both of us really do have a deep connection to each other due to our origins, and I can intuitively understand what she thinks and feels. Yao Yao, still holding Gu Chang'e's hand, said, Master, I feel like I have a big sister. All the elders were in deep thought, and first elder wondered if there was something special about that little girl. Sienna contemplated. Yao Yao really has some kind of connection to her sister Tao Yao. That's way too much of a coincidence, right? The peach blossom tree asked Yao Yao to come towards it. Yao Yao with fear sought her master's help. Gu Chang'e then said, Yao Yao is my precious disciple, elder. I hope you don't have any malicious intent towards her, otherwise. Please don't blame me for attacking you, elders. And Sienna dumbfounded. How dare that bastard talk like that to Lord Tao Yao? Whereas the peach blossom tree smiled at his courage. Oh! For her, would you threaten me? Ha ha, how interesting. Then the pink aura started gathering around the peach blossom tree, enveloping Gu Chang'e and Yao Yao. The words echoed, but I could feel the connection that you and Yao Yao both have with each other. There's no need for you to worry. Then Gu Chang'e assured Yao Yao not to be afraid and convinced her to come to the tree. Then the aura completely separated the four elders, and Sienna contemplated, Sister Tao Yao is even separating us from them? Why is she doing that for Gu Chang'e, whom she has only met just now? The first elder wondered. It seems that brat has something intriguing and mysterious, but with Lord Tao Yao around, I'm sure that there's no need for us to worry. Then slowly, a hand, hair, and a beautiful, delicate female spirit materialized from the beautiful petals of the peach blossom tree. She was Tao Yao. The peach tree spirit's aura enveloped Yao Yao, elevating her towards Tao Yao. Gu Chang'e tried to see her cultivation base and luck, but unexpectedly, even with the system's help, he couldn't see through her. Well, we knew that this beautiful spirit was going to be his wife. But Gu Chang'e gave a startled expression when Tao Yao said, a demonic heart. I see. Gu Chang'e inquired, Elder, did you just spy on me? Holding Yao Yao in her hands, Elder Tao Yao replied, Why? Are you unhappy that I have managed to find out your secret? Gu Chang'e, slightly bowing to her, with smile on his face, praised, Absolutely not, Elder, your powers and abilities are amazing. I'm in awe of your abilities. However, inside his thoughts revealed something else. What are you seeing? Is just what I want you to see? Elder Tao Yao instantly detected and, with discontent, said, Has no one told you that your smile looks extremely fake? Gu Chang'e, ignoring her words, asked, Elder, what are you doing to Yao Yao? Elder Tao Yao calmly replied, I'm helping her cleanse some of the Tao injuries that she has sustained. She is, after all, like a younger sister to me, perhaps even more like a family, she warned Gu Chunga. I will give Yao Yao back to you in one piece, but as for you, if you were to harm even a single hair upon her head, I will not spare you. Gu Chunga, still bowing to her, replied, Elder, please don't say such a thing. Bullying the weak is something that I would never do. Elder Taoyao, while coming down, asked, Oh, are you trying to say that I am then? Gu Chunga hurriedly waved his hands and said innocently, Elder, why would you say that? It was never my intention to say something like that. Elder Taoyao, amazed at his humor, laughed, ha. How interesting. I haven't met someone like you for a long time. If I had met someone like you earlier, perhaps my life wouldn't be so boring and dull. After a pause, Sienna is almost half a disciple of mine, so since the issues between you two have been resolved, I will no longer speak about those matters, handing over Yao Yao to him, as she warned him. While disappearing, she gave him a petal that contained her spiritual aura for his inborn demonic traits, and she advised him, I won't be able to help you, but take this petal and find this old man that owes me a favor. If he's not dead yet, it's likely that he'll be able to help you. He thanked her, and he thought with a cunning smile, I've managed to get another fortuitous opportunity. What a harvest this is. The last words of Taoyao echoed, All right, just take it as a reward for taking such good care of Yao Yao. Slowly the aura disappeared too. And elders and Sienna confirmed that the barrier has disappeared. It seems that Lord Taoyao acknowledges that brat, and that brat's not bad either, to reach the peak of the sacred realm at such a young age. The second elder remarked. Sienna went to inquire, Gu Chunga, what did Sister Taoyao tell you just now? Raising his head, he told her, and Sienna nodded her head, curious to know what he was going to say about. He then said with an innocent look, She recognized that I've had such a hard time as your older brother, and in the future you should be more obedient and filial towards me. After listening to his words, Sienna's face was contorted as if she had already aged 50 years. She fumed over Gu Chunga's teasing. Knowing that he wouldn't tell her, she went straight into the Taoyao. She snorted and said, Humph, who cares if you don't tell me? I'll just ask myself. Then Gu Chunga calmly let Sienna would do whatever she wanted, and went to the elders to thank them. Elders, thank you for taking care of Xianyar all these years. As her older brother, I can't help but feel guilty for my part in all this. If you don't mind, I have some good quality divine pills and grass hair that I would like to offer to you. Elders with embarrassment replied, Oh Chunga, you're so thoughtful. We didn't know that there were such issues between you and Sienna. Gu Chunga responded, It's all just a misunderstanding. There is no need to worry. While Taoyao was telling Sienna that Gu Chunga had an innate demonic heart, Sienna wondered, I never thought that Gu Chunga had such a thing in him. Taoyao continued, Gu Chunga has an innate demonic heart, and needs to constantly suppress his demonic energy in order to remain aware and awake, so it was probably his demonic nature that caused him to dig out your Dao bone previously. Sienna asked Taoyao, so that is to say, that Dao bone was able to help him suppress his demonic nature, right? Sienna asked. Would it still work if I gave him my Dao bone again and let him refine it? Taoyao paused for a moment, and said there'd be little effect if you were to do that. Demonic natures change. After all, while currently his demonic nature is being suppressed by his Dao abilities, when his demonic power grows stronger than his Dao abilities, then there'll be no telling. Sienna, looking at Gu Chunga, who was chatting happily with the four elders, the first elder asked, Haha, you're truly a capable and handsome gentleman. Chunga, are you currently engaged? Gu Chunga replied, I am already engaged. The third elder said, Chunga, do you want to have a smoke? Gu Chunga replied, I don't smoke. That's fine, you can always take a second wife. There are a lot of single ladies in this village. Do you want to take a look? Said the fourth elder. Sienna, with a smile on her face, thought, I want to help him. Even if it's going to be a difficult road, I am willing to give it a try. Taoyao, with a worry, tried to stop her. Xianyar, you. Sienna came forward, Gu Chunga, you're clearly a smart person, so why did you make such a dumb mistake while in the pool of rebirth? Elders had a puzzled expression on their faces, whereas Gu Chunga wondered, What is she talking about? Does she want to be punished? Those punishments I gave her a few days ago weren't enough? Sienna, with a heart of courage, decided if I dig out my Dao bone for you, then you'd be able to suppress your demonic nature, and what happened in the past wouldn't happen again. This is my own choice, and no one asked me to do this. The elders were all shocked, and Gu Chunga was dumbfounded. Sienna, then with a dagger in her hand, raised it to thrust into her chest, saying, You need this Dao bone more than I do. Gu Chunga, without a delay, in a flash, approached her, stopping the dagger with his bare hands before Sienna pierced it into her chest. He tightly gripped the dagger, and his hand was bleeding. He angrily yelled at her, Gu Xianyar. What are you doing? Do you know that you'll end up harming the foundation of your power like this? Stop being so stupid! Sienna was stunned with shock and amazement. If you do something like this again, I'll really use you to plug the hole in my toilet. Then she also yelled back at him, You are the stupid one. Even if you don't have my Dao bone, I'll. Gu Chunga threw away the dagger in her hand, cuddled her, and said, Silly girl, I'm your older brother. I've not reached the stage where I need my younger sister's bones to keep on surviving. However, Sienna's was still crying. But your demonic heart, Gu Chunga interrupted her. It's just a demonic heart. I have my own ways to deal with it. I am Gu Change, after all, and no more buts. I've already communicated with Elder Taoya just now, and she suggested a way for me to deal with my demonic heart. There's no need for you to do things like this, and add on to my worries. He wondered if he had gone overboard in deceiving her. Elders with tears in their eyes, I never thought that Chunga would be such a gentle and kind brother. We were the ones that misunderstood you before. Another elder said, Just look at them. They have such a good sibling relationship. After this extremely emotional encounter with his sister, Gu Chunga, with his innocent face, said, All right, stop wiping your snot on my clothes. Sienna for a moment didn't get what he was saying. Suddenly, she realized that he was teasing her again. She shouted with anger, I'm not caring about you anymore, and tried to hit him, but he dodged. And she hit the ground. Elders were speechless. They were just touched by their emotional bonding, and in the next moment, they were fighting, hovering in the air. Gu Chunga bowed to the elders and requested them, Elders, I still have something to attend to, so I'll take my leave first. Yao Yao's Dao injuries have yet to be completely healed, so I'll leave her and Xianyar here under your care. Please, do help me take care of them. And he left. The first elder cheered him on. Chunga, remember to come back. Yeah, Chunga, just look at how reluctant Xianyar is to send you off, said the fourth elder. Once you leave, I'm sure she'll be sad again. Sienna was said, Who said I'll be sad? I can't wait for him to disappear from here. Elders asked her, Xianyar, are you sure that you don't have any feelings for him? Sienna with embarrassment gritted her teeth. Her face was blush red. Seeing her embarrassed look, they said, There's no way, right? You are both siblings. Sienna's voice could be heard loudly at the peach blossom tree. How can that be, masters? Can you take things a little more seriously? Then, in a flash, a mysterious figure with a mask landed before Gu Chunga on his humble flying abode. Gu Chunga inquired him, How has the investigation been? The mysterious man kneeling reported, Master, in order to enter the true Immortal Academy, you need to kill a certain amount of Absolute Yin spirits. Currently, there's an Absolute Yin battlefield in the southern great heavens. A large amount of Absolute Yin spirits have been sighted swarming out, and many cultivators have made their way towards the battlefield. Gu Chunga also thought, Brother Yilang has also sent a letter to me about it, with the Absolute Yin spirits finally appearing. A lot of geniuses will all swarm to the true Immortal Academy in order to obtain a spot for themselves, that horse-feeding servant from the heavenly Emperor Mountain. Just what kind of surprises will you bring me now? His lips raised up, and with a slight smile, that is not a smile, he confidently said, Let's go to the southern great heavens. In the southern great heavens, all the immortals who supported Gu Chang'e gathered to leave for Yin battlefield in order to obtain a place in the Immortal Academy. They were discussing, the current absolute Yin battlefields in the southern great heavens is the perfect place for us to hone our skills. But I heard that many geniuses and children belonging to well-known aristocratic families are going to be there. If we were to end up in conflict with them, I'm afraid it would be difficult for us to win against them. I'm not afraid of getting into conflict with them. What I'm afraid of is that by getting into conflict with them, we end up causing issues with our original goal. That wouldn't be good, someone replied. That's right. Our motive for going this time is so that we can kill those absolute Yin spirits and obtain a spot in the academy. As for the various conflicts, if we are able to avoid conflict, then avoid it, those guys participating aren't that unreasonable either. Then Yi Lang spoke. Everyone, after entering the absolute Yin battlefield, we must gather together and help each other. Everyone unanimously responded. All right. Let us all pay attention to Brother Wai. Understood. A lady in red said, if only young Master Chang'e was here too. If those geniuses were to see him, they'd probably be a little more wary of us because of him. And a monk agreed with her. That's right. If young Master Chang'e was here, we'd feel safer, because he's just that reliable. Yi Lang interrupted them. How can we leave Brother Gu out of something as important as this? He confirmed that, don't worry, I've already sent a message to Brother Gu, and considering how many days it's been, I'm sure he'll be arriving soon. Someone was surprisingly asked, Brother Chang'e is going to come too? Another one said it with a smile. That's great. We won't have to be afraid of those geniuses after all. The little princess of Heavenly Emperor Mountain disturbed their cheerful laughter, and she asked, You are saying that Gu Chang'e is going to be here? All of them were shocked to see her there, and they thought, it's the princess of the Heavenly Emperor Mountain. And the geniuses of the Qilin clans. What strong auras! Then the female genius of the Qilin clan teased, hee, if we hadn't come out of our seclusion, it seems that anyone can call themselves genius these days, huh? Another male genius of the Qilin clan who came with the princess looked like a beast more than a human mocked them. The princess is asking you a question, are you all deaf? Humph. You better know your places. Yi Lang's sister tried to attack them. However, Yi Lang prevented her from attacking. Don't be rash. These people are very strong. There are some among them that even I cannot fight against. He was worried. Brother Gu did say that he would come, but as for when he would come, I have no idea. The beast male genius came forward, exuding his aura to suppress Yi Lang and teased him. You must be Yi Lang, right? That guy that holds the same title and status as that Gu Chang'e, an ancient king, someone with the physique of a true immortal? But from what I'm seeing, it seems that you're not that good yourself. Yi Lang might not be his opponent, but he wasn't afraid to face the beast. The beast went on to say that, it seems, Gu Chang'e is someone who enjoys undeserved fame, but it is clear that their target is Gu Chang'e, not them. All the members gritted their teeth. How dare you? The lady in red clothes with a feather as a decoration in her ear replied, Brother Gu is the top among the geniuses within the orthodox factions. You should all think carefully before speaking, or else. But the beast interrupted her. HMPH. He's the top amongst the geniuses in the orthodox factions? I bet he's the top because there isn't anyone to challenge him. That's why he's able to say that he's the top. The princess was happy but stopped the beast from speaking rudely, and she replied, Since he's coming, then I'll wait here with you. I doubt that I won't be able to see him this time. Yi Lang was not happy with their behavior. This isn't proper, right? We are after all. The princess abruptly interjected him without any respect. What do you mean that it's not proper? You should feel honored to have the chance to be close with someone from the Heavenly Emperor's mountain. And she said with a cold expression, even if it's the Wai family and Wan family, your family backgrounds aren't as strong as that of our Heavenly Emperor mountain. I'll definitely wait for him to appear here this time. There was tension between the two groups, and out of nowhere, a voice rang out in that chaotic situation. There's no need to wait. All the heads turned towards it, to see the person behind that voice. Slowly the sound of footsteps, and a person came into the light. and he humbly said, "I'm already here, my apologies for making you wait."